Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Happy April 13th, and 2 more days till payday. This month is going by fast again. I mean, 2 weeks already in, and and I think what's happening is all the activity that we're doing and just the consistency of our activity is making the month go faster, and it's making every month go faster because of our consistency. All of the firm has shipped yesterday. It all went out. And it's so weird. I canceled somebody's order because I had to readjust her order, and that shipped too. And I'm like, why would that ship? I canceled it. So check your orders of people who you may have canceled or postponed, because this one went through, and I don't know how it did. So check all that. But the firms have been sent out, expedited shipping. Probably get it today or Monday. So it's coming soon. And my thought is that sometime today it may open up to start ordering again, because now they're all shipped. So keep an eye on Facebook. I'm sure as soon as it launches, everybody's going to be going for it. I know it's been challenging for most of us because, we've had people who have to wait and people who got their order late, and now they're going to get a second order on the 23rd, and it's challenging, but look at the bright side. Always look at the bright side. I said this the other night when we had our happy hour. I'm glad to see that we don't stockpile our products. I'm glad to see that we don't have an overabundance of products so that the efficacy gets jacked up. That's not even nice to say, but it messed up. But that we're flowing through it. So when you're telling people, look, you're getting a brand new batch of firm, it's like ready to go. So it's not something that's been sitting on a shelf for years. So that's a good thing to remember. And also, knowing that because it's that new product and because it has worked year after year, it's sold out because people from the past 6 years know what it does. And so guess what? That's why it's selling out. Oh my gosh, get on my list. So really, I encourage you to think, like, put that out there, opposed to if your customer's like, well, I've been waiting. I'm like, I know. Isn't that exciting that you have to wait? Just kind of spin it for them, because I know that that's challenging. Let's get into the book. Okay, so I didn't realize there were chapters I didn't pay attention that there were chapters within the trait, and that's my bad, so I apologize, because when I read the first trait, I didn't read it, remember? I didn't get to the whole thing, so I didn't know. So this time I'll tell you which chapters are part of the trait. If I would have known that probably would have been easier with the audibles. If you look at my book, I'll show you. It shows it to me like this. And so I thought that was the chapter. So it shows it to me like that. So that's why the next chapter will be action, or the next section will be action. It's trait number 3. But I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it was doing that because, again, like I said, I didn't get to that first part. But I got this chapter on passion. And you know what? I don't toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn because I've always led with passion, but I've never had a book tell me I was doing it right. And I say that because no matter what I've ever done, when I was a kid and I sold Girl Scout cookies, let me tell you, every person in that neighborhood had Girl Scout cookies, and they couldn't get away from me, because I was so passionate about doing it. When I was in high school, I was always the top seller in the magazine sales, because guess what? I wanted to go on that trip because I was passionate about what I was going to do. I ran for office every time in school, and guess what? I always won because I was passionate, because I was going to make that happen. I didn't even realize I was doing it right. And it wasn't just about me, and that's what I loved about reading this. It wasn't just about me. And if you have been on my team, like Terry and Robin, I made it a point. Hi, Ann. Good morning. I have made it a point in our team to become a family. I made it a point that we hang out together. I made it a point that, we do brunches together. We kind of get together as a group, and it fosters that group and that family and that passion, which is inside of everybody. And I just did that because that was just me. I didn't do it because a book told me to, but reading it and seeing that that's what you're supposed to do. I encourage you guys to look at your teams. I encourage you guys to see, where everybody is. And too bad Michelle's not on the Zoom, and she'll listen to this. But look at your team and foster that family, foster that passion together. And the other part to this is anti-aging and wellness is not my passion. Anti-aging and wellness is not my passion. My passion is helping people. My passion is helping people become financially secure. My passion is helping people live their best life. My passion is to help people live and not exist. My passion is to make a difference in the world. If I can be that one person that can make a difference through happiness, through change, through living a vibrant life, through all of it, that's my passion. And so, but when I talk about my business, my passion comes through with that business because that's the vehicle to make my passion happen. So find, and I say that you probably all know what your passion is, but find what your passion is about the business, because maybe it's not anti-aging, maybe it's not wellness like with me. And I've said it on Zooms. I'm not passionate about anti-aging wellness by no means. That's why I sat there and said no, because I barely wash my face. I mean, I'm going to keep my gray forever because I don't mind having gray hair. I like my little glitter. I don't mind my wrinkles because that just means I lived. I don't mind that stuff. A lot of people mind it, and you're going to find people that are just, driven to that. But I knew that the passion with this company was because of the people, and I fostered the people. So I love this chapter because for me, it solidified to me I was doing it right, and I don't ever give myself the pat on the back. But I do celebrate. Trust me. When they say celebrate your successes, oh heck yeah, I do. That's so important to me because I've seen too many people in my life not celebrate their successes, and I know, like, just seeing my dad and not being able to really live his life fully. It was hard, and I saw that growing up, and I was like, no, I am going to live my life. I'm going to enjoy and live my life, and I'm going to, every little kind of win I have, I'll just cheers myself, or I'll go somewhere, I'll invite somebody, I'll go out with Terry and Robin or whatever, and hang out, and I cheer, whatever it is, or I go have a good time, or it's like, you know what, I'm going to go to the beach for the day. You have to do that. And I remember it was Michelle. Michelle said she didn't stop and take the time to really acknowledge her successes to herself. And now that she's been doing that, it's been a little different for her in her business. So as you get that one customer, be excited for yourself. As you get the two customers, be excited for yourself. That's why, to me, also for the team, I have in the history of me being a part of this business, I always show your successes with 3-year free, with any of the bonuses, with any, and I was on top. I've always been on top of it because you worked hard for that. And I want people in your life to see what you're doing and say, oh my gosh, she did it. Because there's too many naysayers. There's too many people out there who are waiting for us to fail. And that's terrible, but people are waiting for us to fail. Even till this day, when people say, you're still doing that business, it still works. Yeah, it still works. My bills are still getting paid. I'm still, you know what? I still have a car I'm getting paid for. And it's funny because they question it. Oh, it still works? Yep, sure does. And I say with a smile and I kind of laugh, where before I'd get mad. So I didn't even have to, passion is about loving something so much that you're willing to suffer for it. And, I have suffered for things where I don't go to certain things, and I have done that. And it's just, this chapter was great. I loved it because it just, like I said, it just solidified to me that I was doing it right. And we all need to hear it sometimes. Because I just do my due. I never know. And I know I appreciate you guys when you guys tell me what you tell me, but I still don't know because, I'm just me. So anyways, let's go through. Anybody else want to share? Pat's laughing at me. Pat, okay, I'll let you go, Pat. Go ahead.
You were exactly who I thought about in these chapters, these verses. It's not verses, it's not scripture. I'm not reading the Bible, but I felt you and your passion when I did read this. And when you was first starting out with your Zooms and in the backyard and your visual, not your Zooms, your
my Facebook live
videos, I felt your passion. And when this opportunity came with the focus group, I knew I wanted to be here because I needed that. I wanted to be a part of something that was alive. Somebody who would be encouraging, and you have fulfilled that for me. And I am just so grateful to be a part of this.
Thanks, Pat. Whew. We're grateful to have you for sure, too. We're grateful for you.
Thank you.
Okay, we didn't know we were going to cry today. But Pat, you know what? I'm really glad that I'm glad that, and literally Linda Lindsay was the one who encouraged me to do this. And we're almost going on a year now doing this group, which I love, and we've had, people in and out and they're there and whatnot. But I know that Linda Lindsay encouraged me. She goes, why don't you do some kind of focus group where you guys read a book and then you guys read a book and you discuss it. And I said, oh, that's a good idea. She goes, and then you apply it to the business and you guys all help each other. She goes, Monique, you'd be great at doing that. I said, okay. And so I was like, anybody want to join? And there was like one person, me, two people, me. And then everybody started. And then I was like, well, I'm going to extend it to the team, to like everybody, because I think it's great to have different perspectives from different businesses, because you guys get different things from different leaders. And I said, we got to do it. So I am so glad that this has been something we have kept going. And I love having the new people start on board, and I love that we've read so many books. And I will not be surprised if somebody comes up to me that I didn't even know that knew about our group and says, hey, I heard about that group you're doing. What's going on with that group you're doing? Because I can guarantee people hear about us. People are like, who's the Focus 20 group? What's that? And so it's really, really exciting. So, well, thanks, Pat. Did you have anything else to say? I'm sorry.
Well, just that being focused. It is a focus, and it does help in the personal development, and and all of that is growing the individual, growing me, and I think I'm doing better having been a part of this, staying focused, listening, being plugged into all the things. I can't make everything, but what I can, I do benefit from, and I know that my business is going slowly, but it's going. And it's going to take off. I had 2 calls last night as a follow-up. I had given out some product, and they're sounding encouraging, like they're going to sign up for the product. I don't know if they'll become a partner or not, but it's going. I'm working it, and it has not been to where I cancel stuff with the family in order to do the business. I haven't gotten that far. My husband is aware. I don't do everything with the family, but I do a lot with the family. That's just the point in my life where I am, but he's on board now with the, when I do miss, he's okay with that. When I do have to take a trip, he wants to be a part of it. So that's a blessing.
That is a blessing, because, unfortunately, and Judy's new to the business, so she can hear what we've learned. But unfortunately, a lot of really good business partners that I've had on my personal team, they've had to go because their husbands didn't understand it. Or I had one guy, his wife didn't understand it. Well, why do you have to go to these meetings all the time? Why do you have to go to this? And it was unfortunate, because there's a couple really good business partners we lost, and it was because that maybe they needed more personal development. Maybe they needed to read this chapter, where this chapter says include them and explain to them what your bigger vision is, what your bigger goals are. And it's saddening. Maybe they'll come back, but it's saddening that it does lose people. It does, if you don't include your family. The difference between, and I think one of the things with like myself and my sister is that we don't have the husbands and the kids. So we have so much time for the business, but then we have our mom. And my mom doesn't understand the business, because when I'm working there, you don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? Why are you on the phone all the time? So anyways, but it's easier for us. And but I have seen how it can be difficult for people who have everything else with the family and with other businesses, and it's tough. So good job, Pat. Thank you very much for sharing. Who's next? Who wants to share next? How about Kathy or Sharon? Because you guys are on. Oh, Kathy, you didn't want to share much. Okay, Sharon, how about you?
Okay. All right. So, I remember a time when I was in real estate. I still am, but for 32 years, I had the passion of real estate, and I did everything. I celebrated every time I closed a deal. I would go to have sushi or go to Tokyo Wako. Those were my celebrations. So I always did something. And now I want to include all of that in this business, and knowing what the passion is. My passion, yeah, I still do real estate because it brings, you pays the bill and stuff like that. But more so, I want to help people with their lives and their business, and growing them as people, helping them get out of debt, helping them see the brighter side of life instead of, like you said, just existing. And, and I shared with, here Judy, she's joined, and I saw that she needed something like I needed something. And so I just shared it with her. And so we're going to make this work. But my passion now is to really help other people. However, I do have to prioritize myself first. And my husband and I are on page together. We are doing this business together. He's out there looking for business. He's brought in a couple customers. And so we have a vision. We have something that we're driving for now. And it's made it more fun. And so this passion part, it's so easy where it's said that her dad, Kim's dad, never saw how deep he was going and how it was affecting more than his financial security. It was affecting his entire life. And so I was seeing that my passion for real estate was no longer there. I was so deep into that. I just didn't know how to get out of that to switch over. And your pride gets in the way. And now, with all your help, all you beautiful ladies, all your help, and the books, my personal development has changed, and I look at things differently. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Sharon, absolutely. And your story, when your story evolves, because your story is evolving, the story that you have is going to attract more people to you. But I got to tell you, when we met a long time ago in Pasadena, you are a 110% a different person from who I met. And then you're 110% a different person when you joined my team. And you're and so from the day you joined till you are now, it's absolutely incredible. And I know you feel it, I know it, and I see it every day. And it's incredible. And that's what is so amazing about what we have with this company. So
thank you.
You're welcome. And then go back to that, like she said, they have this vision, and they have their vision of what they want, the vision of what they want to do. And then now this passion. Look how else this book, and you don't realize it, but it's when we're reading about this, the X factor is you have to have that North Star, you have to have that vision, and you have to know where you're going. You have to know what the end game is. You have to know what you're going for, so you never lose sight. And then now all of these things are plugging in. So the passion is what drives you to get to, your passion is going to keep driving you to that North Star. Your passion is going to keep moving you in the right direction of whatever it is. And so now our next one's going to be action. So now we're going to figure out how to put that into play in our business. So I love, love, love this book because it's going to help the people who have that North Star. Or maybe they don't have the North Star. Maybe they kind of have a little middle ground star. They're not sure. They're not sure about that North Star. Maybe it'll make them understand what the North Star is. And then their passion maybe be, but maybe they figure that passion. So this book is, I'm so glad we're reading this. This is a really good book. And I'm going to encourage a lot of VPs to read it, but it kind of is, it's all going together. Terry, how about you? You're next, my friend.
Well, I did the Audible this time, and because I listened to when I was driving or when I was cooking, I didn't take the notes on I did notes on vision. Somehow I didn't do notes on passion. So I'm struggling with whether I need to be doing the book or the Audible, or what serves me best. But reading at night and falling asleep isn't always so good either. So, side note. But at the very beginning, she talks about your passion, and that her passions were like having a margarita on the beach. And I'm like, well, I got that passion because you can't make a career out of it, right? But I thought that sounds good to me. I'd like to have that career. But
a margarita taste tester.
Okay, I can serve one for me, two for you, two for me, one for you. I can serve margaritas. Not to get off on some crazy tangent, but what I like about the passion is part of it is it gives you energy to keep going where you'd be exhausted otherwise. And I know that when I'm out, when I'm not doing the things I have, so as you know, I have two businesses. So for either business, when I'm not doing what I know I need to be doing, my energy is not super high. But when I get out there and I do some of those things and I forget, I go, oh, that's what that feels like. That's that that energy, and that just gets me all pumped up and keeps me going for another day. So, but I get lost and I get kind of away from it when I'm not doing. It's easy. It's kind of easy to get. I feel like it's easy to get disconnected from it too if you're not want to be doing the actions, which is next. But there was a lot in in these chapters, and again, since I didn't have notes, which I really like to do because I like doing bullet points or highlighting. Energy was one, and I did hear she didn't say master the mundane, but she did say mundane, kind of further on down the road. So I thought, she's Jeff, which who I love. But anyway, that's enough of my talking.
And and then she talks about how she put her passion into brain health, finding brain health for her mother-in-law. I'm like, we need to call her. We need to call her. We need to send her something, really, like ASAP. We need to go meet her. But yeah, no, what you said about that fuel, it's that when you feel that fuel that's fueling that passion and you're going for it, and then you get that feeling, it's hard to have that every day. It is hard to have that every day. And that's why we have each other. That's really why we have each other, because say I didn't have a good day, say I didn't have a win in my business, but then I look on Facebook and Solange is killing it, or I look on Facebook and Michelle's killing it, and that fuels me. And that fuels me because it's like, look, it's working. Look what they're doing. I'm so excited because people fuel me when I see other people's successes. Sometimes, hi, Catherine. Sometimes that doesn't happen. For some people, they don't like to see other people succeed. In our business, we like to see other people succeed. So that's definitely that fuel. But a lot of people out there don't like to see that. And so that's why they're kind of stagnant in where they're at. So good, nice. Thanks, Terry. Thanks. Okay, so let's see. Solange, I know you're driving, but did you want to share anything about passion? Give her a second. Maybe not. Okay, Robin, you're up.
I figured I was coming. So, okay, I can't even say that I'm not passionate because those of you who know me know. Yeah, okay.
Is that it? A woman, a few words. She's done.
Just about.
No, come on, Robin.
No, passion is a big word for me, especially because my mom always tells me I got all the passion in the family, because I'm very passionate about things. Like, things always affect me deeply in one way or another. There's always an extreme emotion for me. And I just see that as passion. Like, if somebody's hurt and they're crying, I might cry with them. But that is just like, I'm very empathetic and I'm passionate about that. And so I just am figuring out how to turn that passion to my business.
Well, let me ask you. So, yeah, I don't think it has to be the passion towards your business. Like I said, I don't have an anti-aging wellness passion. I think you need to have that passion to what you want in your life. You need that passion that fuels that North Star. Would you guys agree? I mean, I don't think it's the passion of the business. It's the passion that drives you, whatever that North Star is that you want to have in your life, that's the end game. You have Neora as the vehicle, and the passion is getting to that end game, not your business. So if you don't lose sight of that end game, you're going to talk about the product all the time. You're going to talk about the business all the time, because that's the vehicle to get you to your end game. And and there was something here, again, there was something in here what Linda Lindsay has said to me after I hit regional marketing director. Well, no, it was the senior director, because I hit senior director. When I hit senior director and I qualified for the car, I was invited 1 week later to the Leadership Academy. It was literally 1 week, and I drove to San Diego, and I was in the Leadership Academy for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh. And Linda Lindsay stood in front of me. I didn't know her that well. That's when her and I connected and became good friends. She said to me, when it goes from here to here, everything changes. And I didn't get it. I was like, what do you mean? And then I was like, And she talks about it in the book. When it goes from your head to your heart, you're unstoppable. In this business, when you all the knowledge of what we have and what's going on and what it is goes to your heart, nobody could stop you. None of those no's deter you. The TV won't stop you from sitting there watching TV and not doing your business. People in the negativity in your family or on your sidelines who say you can't do it, it's not going to stop you, because in your heart, you know what your end game is. You know your North Star. You know where you're going. So I think that's key. That's key. And then the last thing, so that's key to me, Robin, in what you're saying. And then, in this chapter, it says, live a powered life. Passion-powered life. Lose yourself in a life you love and share it with others. So it just kind of all comes together. And it will for all of you too, and maybe it already has, but I know that everybody has a level they want to be at, and then they're not there yet. Or everybody, same here, same with me, and we're all not there yet. But look at where you are and how you've gotten to where you are, and just keep doing multiple of that to get to where you want to be. Because you have to do twice the amount to get to where you want to be, based on how you got there. And and that's that North Star and this passion and all that stuff. Okay, so that's all. I rambled a little bit again. Okay, Catherine Acuna, you're next, because Solange's still driving. You want to share, Catherine? Thanks. Sorry we changed the time and didn't kind of like loop you in very well. There you go.
No worries. Sorry I was late this morning. Today's I got the house cleaners here, so they arrive at 8. So
no worries.
Anyway, whoops. The whole passion thing is so it's so near and dear to my heart, because I was fortunate enough my job I had, my first career path that I chose, I ate, drank, and slept it. And I think that really carried with me with other things in life. And, growing up, always wanting to help people, that was just part of, how I was raised. So it was always, go help your sister, go help your grandma, go help this, come help me do that. And so it was just, when you're nurtured into that upbringing, it kind of overflows into other things. And so being passionate about something that is near and dear to you, I think is just, it's a gift. And, and there's just so many things that it can affect in your life. And it took a while, as I joined the business, to really adapt all of that into our culture, because, there was other things that were hurdles for me. Trust was one of them. And so once I was able to let that guard down, that passion was able to seep into the business. And so, like you said, I'm definitely not where I want to be, but I know that as I've grown with just with being with you guys, in our group, and, I've been doing personal development like crazy every day, every time I'm in my car. I haven't listened to the radio and I don't know how long. It's always a book, or it's always something, maybe Miriam You, or maybe, a corporate call or something. And, I really have to give credit to our be where I am. And, and I think it's all just getting me ready for the team I'm about to create or build. So yeah, that passion makes a big difference. It really does. For me, it did, and still, and always will. So
yeah. Good. Awesome. I'll go to you right now, Pat. And one of the things you said, which, yes, So the other sad part is that you see people running that rat race every single day, but they're just running a rat race. They don't have passion for what they do. And then they look back, and then when they realize that they're 75 and they didn't have any passion in their life for what they did, it's saddening. And that's why we're in such a great position, because we can try to find people's passion and what they're passionate about. And this is, again, the vehicle to help them with that passion. And that's to me is just key. So, yeah, because you said about that, you were kept going and going every day and every day and every day, but now you found that passion of what Neora has. So it's awesome. That's great. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Catherine. Pat, go ahead. You had your hand up.
Yes, and it's just for a second. And when she was explaining passion, it's also suffering. It brought back to me about that's what he said the word was in the original, was suffering, the passion of Christ. He suffered that death because of his love for us. And so we're suffering by not being able to do everything that we would like to do with family or friends, or going to all these different occasions and everything, but yet the reward is so great, and because of our desire to help others to benefit, that is the fuel. We're really, well, my passion is just to see others succeed and to have a better life. Like you were talking about the income, I do need income always. You always need more money, but that's not my fuel. My fuel is to bless somebody with better skincare, as well as a better lifestyle and better health. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Pat. Thanks. Anybody else? Solange, I know you're driving still, but did you want to share anything? Maybe too hard because she's driving. Anne or Kathy, right? Go ahead, Kathy.
Hi. Good morning. I was wanting to thank you all for your kind thoughts yesterday because of my mother-in-law's passing. And I didn't think I was going to talk today because it's going to be kind of hard. But I just wanted to tell you that sorry, Monique, you're an inspiration. To all of you are. And I'm sorry. I'm glad that I listened today because you guys have me all thinking about how important this all is to us. I mean, we have a gift here, and I love helping people, and I think I've shared this with all of you before. That's always been my passion, and to hear this kind of all brought it into perspective for me, listening to you all today, because I wasn't sure where my North Star was, but I was kind of doing this, wavering a little bit, but knowing this and hearing you guys, it put it all together for me, and I had to share that with you. And my husband is going with me to Nashville. He won't be there till Saturday, so I'm hoping I can get him to come with me to the white party so he could see all of you and meet all of you and learn about what's so important to us, and having him be a part of what I'm trying to do, because he's kind of all over. Although he has got me customers, he has helped me get customers, so I know he kind of believes in it, but he's still not 100% in. I need him to do that with me, and I think this might do it. I think Nashville was the key because he wanted to go there. So it's kind of cool that he's going to be with me there. So thank you, ladies, for everything. Thank you.
You're welcome, Kathy. You're welcome. And that's this group is not just a group for our business. It's not just a group for our personal development. It's a group because we're family, and we're family, and we're all there for each other. So we're all there to help each other get through those rough days and get through those things, those times that we need each other. And again, that has a lot to do with who we are. And I just appreciate every single one of you all the time. Solange, did you want to share? Because I can now see your beautiful face. There you are. Fix your hair. You got it.
You're funny. We're trying to get set up. So I am not finished with the passion part of the book. But I did think about yourself. I thought about quite a few women in my life. And I definitely have the passion for a lot of things. And once it's on my heart, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving up until I accomplish everything that I need to do for everybody, all these people that I love. You guys included. You guys are awesome.
Thanks. Is Kathy Preshaw with you too?
No, she forgot her table. She has to go back and get it.
Oh, okay.
Because when she said she was gonna come, I had put stuff in Emma's car too, and I took one of the tables out.
Oh.
She got a lot of fair stuff. I don't have any of this stuff she got.
Well, because you don't do very many fairs. She does a lot of vendor fairs, and so she does a lot of those events. So this will be good for you. Take pictures and show it to all of us, but it'll be good for you to see all the vendor fairs she does. It's like my sister. My sister has everything for a vendor fair also. So if you ever need anything and you're local to her, you can maybe ask her to borrow it. But it's you collect it over time.
Yeah, I don't think we all should buy so much stuff, but
no, but we borrow it.
Yeah. Like share it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
For sure.
I didn't go through her stuff yet, but like I can see it. I'm like, holy cow, I need this. We could have this. We could do, yeah. So.
Nice. Well, have fun today. I look forward to hearing more about it.
Okay, say a prayer for us.
I will.
I will. We must.
Since we're seeing your face, let's take a quick picture. There's Robin. Okay, hold on. Let me get the camera. Okay. Everybody smile. Okay, we got it. Okay, smile, smile, smile. Okay, got it. All right, Anne, I know that you had a rough night or whatnot. Did you want to share, Anne? Or Judy? Oh, wait, there's Anne.
Good morning. Yes, it's been a little rough, but I'm loving listening to all of you, so I definitely wanted to chime in for a minute. Following Kathy, boy, that's kind of hard, but my heart goes out to you for what you're going through, so just know that you're in my thoughts and prayers. This chapter, of course, or these several chapters, I'm with Terry. This audio on this one has been really hard. I ended up having to do like 2 hours of audio last night because I realized, oops, I didn't actually finish last week, where I thought I had done it so quick, and no, not so much. So I think I definitely want the book next time for the group. But the passion is basically, I'm kind of like you, Monique. That is my thing here, and I've always had the passion. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually a celebrity makeup artist. Skincare and makeup have been my life for 30 years. And for a good 10 years, I worked 7 days a week, 2 different jobs, not just working in the film industry, but also at a cosmetic counter helping people who were skin cancer survivors learn how to use makeup and skincare to help camouflage their scars and things. So it has always been my passion. And when she asked that yesterday, I was like, yes, skincare and makeup are. And so that's really actually one of the reasons I jumped into Neora at the time when I did, was because about finding a skincare line that had good ingredients. And that was my passion then, was to make sure that I was started using really good things. So the two tied together. And I liked when she said you can fake knowledge and skills, but you can't fake passion. And I totally believe that too. And I think this business is great, like for you, helping others and doing that is fabulous. And I think that so great that we have a line of products that can do that. So I love that my passion is able to tie into both of those things. So I really did love that. I am so loving this book. But like Pat, I really tied in the whole time I was reading it, thinking of you, because I am so thankful that I found this group. My business was just kind of stagnant at the point when I met you, Monique, and then when you invited me into the group, and now I want this for my other brand partner, and I hope she would want it as much as I want it for her, because I know she needs this kind of a group too. So moving forward, that's my goal, is to try to help the people in my team to get to a place like this to help themselves. So yeah, thank you. Anyway, thank you all for letting me into this group, because I am really loving it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm glad to know that you're what you do, because now we can utilize you when we talk to people in that kind of industry, because we don't have a lot of people like you in the industry to help us out too. So I'm so glad to know that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Anne, very much. Judy, I know that you're one of our newest brand partners and newest people to the group, but would you like to share anything, or do you have anything to add? You'd have to unmute yourself. Maybe she does not want to.
All right.
There she is.
Okay. So I'm gonna be a little quick because I am at work, but
Okay.
I'm all about statistics and like facts, and I'm not sure where I am in the chapter because I'm doing it through the app. But I will say this, that she mentioned about goals, right? And that was something that actually like caught my attention, because there's so many of us who have a goal, but we don't really write them down. And when we don't write them down, we tend to forget about them. So it was something that caught my attention, because when she started giving the statistics, how many people actually write their goals and actually how many people review them, the number was less than 1%. And I mean, that's kind of shocking to me, but in reality, it's true. So that's one of the things that actually like opened up my mind. And I was actually telling Sharon, because I saw yesterday, that I actually wrote it in my job, my goal, and I see it every day, and it's something to remind me. Now I just have to do it at home, something that reminds me every day, why I want to do it, and how to keep going at it. Because I was telling Sharon again, my timing is horrible, but it's because I have like a jillion things, and it doesn't help that I have 4 kids bugging me all at the same time. But because of them, I want to get better, and if I focus more on writing it down and reviewing my goals, I know I'll be able to get back on track and have the passion, what I need to do, to do the things I need to do.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, and you know what else, Judy, is you're in the right place, because Neora we encourage so much about the goals and so much about dreaming bigger and so much about writing it down, that I'm glad that you're able to join in on this, just even to listen to us, because we've been in the business. And if you notice, we haven't really talked about, the night cream and the face wash and we haven't talked about our products. We're talking about what our business is and our passion and what our dreams and our goals are. And that is what's so unique about what we have, because as being a part of Neora, it's about the culture, it's about the people, it's about what we have to offer to people, opposed to other companies just talking about sales and talking about their products. And so that is, that's key. And I'm glad you're able to see that, Judy. So whenever you need help with any of that, we're all here for that too. So I'm glad you're a part of this. Thank you so much. Okay, so then it makes it easier for Audible people. I'll be better at explaining what we're reading this time. So it's trait number 3. It's action, but it's chapter 10, and I'll write it in our thing. Chapter 10, setting the stage to act, because I'm assuming it shows you the chapters. And then chapter 11, prioritize action, better to start than procrastinate. Chapter 12, vision quest. Chapter 13, fear of flying. And then that's it. So it's chapters 10 to 13. So I'll write the names of them down so that you can see that, because I'm sure it shows you the name on the Audible, but I didn't, like I said, didn't know that at the beginning. It also comes to my attention that this book will probably take us maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. So suggestions on books, suggestions on what you've seen out there, suggestions on something that maybe we haven't even touched on in our books that we've read, because we touched on different aspects, but maybe there's something we're missing. Like we haven't done a book on happiness in a while, or we haven't done a book on, I don't know, whatever. just look at the books you have that you haven't read, look at books that you see online, whatnot. Put the suggestions in Focus 20, and then we'll start, we'll narrow it down to 3 and then narrow it down to 1 and see where everybody would like to go from there, just so that we can have at least 3 weeks for people to get the book or Audible. But it sounds like everybody likes to read the book in their hand. So I just want to conclude by a couple things. If you're in the LA area, LA Market Party is today. Head over there if you're free to go and, support that market party. This week, let's see what else we have this week. We got a lot going on. It's the last week before Nashville. So what I suggest is really all full out, whatever this weekend, pack your calendar with stuff this weekend. Send out Facebook messages, because next weekend's you're not gonna get much out of next weekend because it's Easter weekend. People go out of town, people celebrate Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and all, and then Easter Sunday and then with family, but really, really packing in what you can pack in this week before next week. Doing your follow-ups, contacting people saying, look, I'm leaving next week, so I'm following up. Are you ready to order? Let's place that order. Or, hey, as soon as the firm's available, calling up your firm people saying, hey, firm's available. So really just focusing on that. This week I have like a few events locally. Tuesday night, if you have any friends or whatnot in Upland, Vicky and John are coming, and we're doing Taco Tuesday. So it's just at a local restaurant, Taco Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
night. Talk about products, share. These happy hours are working. I mean, these happy hours are just getting information or products into hands, or BPs that haven't done anything. Maybe they're igniting them a little bit more. And then Thursday, right? Thursday, we're doing at BJ's in Pasadena. So we have those two. And then, of course, Wednesday, you have the Orange County Market Party. And then I don't know if there's anything else this week. I think that's all this week. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you have anything. And then Monday night, there's 2 more things. Monday night, you want to get on Vicky's Zoom at 6 o'clock. I know most of you guys do, but Vicky's Zoom at 6 o'clock on Monday. She's going to go over how much having $3,000 in personal sales will help your business down the road. You can hit Premier Director by just getting everybody on your team to get to their 3,000 personal customers. So listen to that. It's going to be a great Zoom. And then corporate call. The corporate call on Tuesday, set 3 alarms, because they're going to announce a promo for May, but they're also going to announce a purchase. You can purchase the new products before we get to Nashville. And it's a discount, and it counts as trip volume. So I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll know the price of the product is what I'm going to see. But you can order stuff, whatever. I don't know how it's going to be, but they have a promo, and you don't want to miss Tuesday's corporate call, because that's when it's going to be announced. And I think that's it. Anybody else have anything else to add before we hang up? This was a good Zoom today. I'm going to definitely post this on Focus 20. We always have good Zooms, but sometimes they're a little better than others. Anybody else have anything? All right, let me stop the recording.